how y'all are. It's Wednesday. We're cooking it up Cajun. We got Cory here. Got myself. Lunch break. Need it. So glad to be here.
Very happy to be here.
I love interviewing people, especially like people that work as hard as Sam does in the CrossFit space.
Dude, that was cool yesterday. That's very, 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 very. He was very open, very honest. I enjoyed that with a whole bunch.
Love doing that, but now with this new format and like me having this unleashed ability to just say whatever I feel on my own little lunch show that nobody else is impacted by, I got so much stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like yesterday, I'm like, well, I gotta wait a day. Gotta wait a day. But just glad to be back with everybody. Good to see you, George, Meredith. And on Wednesday, we know them as Traint Olive.
32.
Traint Olive 32. I'm going to throw a dart real quick.
Hit it.
Damn it. Left. I haven't gone left in a long time.
Every time you throw one, it reminds me of that clip that keeps circulating from good God darn it. The guy, the American soccer coach show.
Ted Lasso.
From Ted Lasso, yeah. When he's in the bar and he's talking about nobody's ever curious. I love that. I love that whole little segment. I've never seen the show, but that right there makes me want to watch it.
One of my top 5 favorite shows of all time.
Good stuff.
And they're coming back with season 4. Super stoked about that. But a couple things, you were on this show. We've been doing this for a while. When I watched Den of Thieves 1, I finally watched Den of Thieves 2. Finally. My life is so busy and hectic in the evenings. Like I get phone calls. I have to watch movies in like 4 parts.
Yeah, I get that. I have to do that a whole lot too. Like yesterday's a perfect example. So it's about to start raining over here, and it's not going to stop until Sunday. So like last night was get to the gym, go train, go home. Jennifer cut the grass. I weed eat it. Right when I got home, go inside, and then I still got all the things I got to do to get ready for today. Right, so get my work clothes in my gym bag, get my gym clothes out to go coach in the morning, get my lunch ready, get dinner ready, it's 1,000%. So like I stopped finally right after I put James in the bed. I sat down on the couch for like 10 minutes and I just looked at Jen and was like, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. Legal, I struggle to watch anything that's longer than 40 minutes these days. Honestly.
I understand.
Traint Olive. I didn't see the first one, but the second one was interesting. I'll tell you what, the first one was one of the best surprise endings of any movie ever.
Absolutely.
Which if you've watched the second one first, you probably are going to lose that.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch the second one first because they definitely need to be watched in timeline order.
So I watched the first one, was blown away by the first one.
Yeah.
Watched the second one, saw what they were trying to do kind of early on and figured that one out pretty quick. So not as blown away. Good movie, good story, but I
think I remember I might have watched the first 30 minutes of the second one. And before, like, it was probably 8:30, and I was like, yep, it's bedtime. I got to go to bed. I was falling asleep on the couch, so I didn't get to finish it yet. But the part I saw was like, same thing. Like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. Cool. Got it.
Yeah. Still good. And I think the ending left you more like, what's the next step if they come out with Den of Thieves 3? Like, okay, now there's these connections. What do these connections mean? And where are we going from here? And
a lot of guys or a lot of movies that are trying to make franchises out of it, like they want to try to leave stuff open just in case. If it makes money, If it makes money, then we'll see about doing another one, because they will, if it's making money, then their chances better not.
Aaron Fraser asks, Cory, how much do you coach?
That depends on the week. Anywhere from 2 to 6 classes a week, depending on what's going on. I mean, we got a bunch of coaches at the gym, so I definitely got every Wednesday morning is my like set schedule for sure. And then I usually get 1, sometimes 2 Saturdays a month. I fill in random days during the week, and we kind of rotate as far as like we have open gym on Sundays for 2 hours, and we kind of rotate. Somebody goes and basically opens the gym, but I'm there Sunday anyway to train, so I'm there a lot. I spend as much time at the gym almost as I do at my house. Just kind of sad when I say it out loud.
Yeah.
But
when I was coaching, I coached 5 o'clock 3 nights a week, 5 a.m. twice a week, and then tried to work out around that. And I felt like I was either at work or at the gym most of my day. I was going to show this. We had an announcement yesterday.
Yep.
Individual event 2. So my first question to this is, are we going away from naming the workouts again and back to just IE 1, 2, 3, 4? We did that for one season, I think 21, then went back to naming them when Boz took over. And then we've been naming them again. And now we're back to the IEs. I agree.
Take this, dude. We were talking about it with CJ at Wild Prep yesterday, and it was like, dude, nobody knows what IE2 is. IE02. You know what 2-stroke pull is.
You know what push pull. You know strongman sphere.
You know what that is right off the bat. But IE2, like, that could literally be anything. That doesn't even have a date attached to it. Like, it's not even like.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know what I hate more, not naming workouts, or that this one doesn't end with 20 wall walks.
If you're gonna make a chipper.
See me rolling reminds me of Internet Explorer. Every IT person asks me, "Are you using IE?
Are you using IE Explorer, or you got Chrome? Which one are you on right now?"
Yeah, we're actually upgrading at work to IE11. So we're getting tons of emails like, "Be prepared, IE11's coming."
We haven't got those yet, but we are switching over one of our security protocol things over here. Explorer 2.0. Yeah, exactly.
So as for the workout, we got it here. It's 20 wall walks and then 10 dumbbell shoulder to overhead, 20 dumbbell over double under crossovers, 30 toe to bar, 20 double under crossovers, 10 dumbbell shoulder to overhead, 20 double under crossovers, 30 toes to bar, 20 double under crossovers, and 10 dumbbell shoulder to overhead. 10-minute cap.
And 20 wall walks. Like, how is that not? I am not let me not say I'm not a complete programming geek. I do enjoy programming. I do enjoy looking at programming, figuring out and whatnot. But the fact that there's not 20 wall walks at the end of this, with the rest of how this looks, like, I get a little twitch in my head. It doesn't.
I think JR said it best. If they would have put 20 wall walks then.
Yes. It's a buy-in.
Right. And I know that seems stupid on paper, but the minute you write the then, it tells us as CrossFitters it's a buy-in.
That's it. You could have saved yourself, everybody, a whole lot of headache, me and Lito apparently for damn sure, and not just say 20 wall walk, or even just not even say then. 20 wall walk buy-in, then done. Easy peasy.
Yeah. But yeah, because other than that, it looks like an up and down chipper.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's a triplet. But the one thing I do want to point out is there was a video that was released at the exact same time where you could go behind the scenes and watch the testing and the design of this workout. You know, I have been beating up everybody for lack of creativity and new ideas. That was the coolest new video that's been released in a long time. And to release it at the same time.
That's smart. Look, if Jenna Honka is in charge of all that, God bless her, because she is doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, that part like blew me away that they actually released it at the same time before the games with the release of the event. You get to kind of see it. You get to see that Ben Smith sucks at crossover double unders. But with the magic of editing, they kind of made him look a little bit better.
Right.
And Allison Scudds does not suck at crossover double unders.
No. She is very, very specialized. She is forever demo team captain, which is fine. Oh, God bless her. Like, I've missed her a couple of different times. Every time she's going to, because I want her to do well so much. Like, I really, knowing how long she's been trying to get to the games, like, I really want to see her at the games. And she's always like scratching at the door and just can't seem to get in. But at least they're giving her opportunity to still be there in a capacity and do the dirty work, testing and demo teaming.
Hole the cat's meow. No. Hole.
Who let the cats out? Meow.
Who let the cat? Oh, wow. Thank you.
Gotcha.
I disagree with everyone who wants 20 wall walks at the end. Then it would be such a skewed workout. I don't want them at the end. I just want the word then between 20 wall walks and the rest of the workout.
Well, either or what Aaron says right there. Put them in the middle.
I'm okay with the buy-in. Buy-ins have been around for a long time.
I'm not mad at that, but like, there's just, like you said, like JR said, it's a little thing to make it just read cleaner. 20 wall walks, then boom.
And he was picking on the video where they were substituting push press, push jerk, and shoulder to overhead all in the same movement. I gave a little grace on that because we don't know where they were in the design and what they had settled on at that point, right? This is a video that was edited together at the end of a long thing. And so maybe they didn't come to a conclusion. What I did find really cool in the video was that they were debating, should it be 5 on each side? And Ben Smith said, well, you remember in blah, you made us do it 5 on each side, and people were failing at the end of the workout. And then they actually pulled up the clip of them failing at the end of that workout and Ben losing to Justin and someone else in that moment.
I just like how Ben, that's the second time I can think of offhand that Ben said something and then they played a little clip of what he was talking about afterwards. Because when they had Amanda 45 and he said, on the documentary, and he said, you remember when we did this in whatever year they did Amanda the first time? I was 11 or 12, whatever it was. And Jason was chasing the barbell. He said, go back, watch that, play a little bit of it right here. And they did. Like, that was fantastic. And then him talking about, oh no, remember we did that with 5 on each side, and then they go play the video. It's like a recurring theme. I hope it continues happening. I like Ben Smith a lot. Like, I've never actually met the dude, but every video I've ever seen of him, he comes off as just as normal. Like, he's a dude. He's incredibly fit, ridiculously so, but he is just a dude. Like, I feel like him and Matt Fraser, Matt Fraser. I feel like him and Rich would get along famously because they're both incredibly fit dudes.
We let the cats out, but don't we think that if Dave just put the wall walks in the middle or did something more conventional, people would complain that it was too boring? People are going to complain regardless. Doesn't matter what they decide to do.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, dude. He could have said, and you got to light a firecracker with the crossover double unders. Like, it's going to be a match attached to it. And you have to light, and people would have been like, well, that's just stupid. Even though it would have been fantastic to try to watch people do that. Like, it would not matter what he does. Somebody's going to complain about it. It could be the greatest program workout in CrossFit Games history.
It's like we said Sunday night, they put out that safety letter and people complain that, oh, it's obvious, it's common sense. But if they don't put it out, people are bitching that they didn't have transparency, didn't put it out. So
damned if you do.
CrossFit is damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It does not matter. That is a fact.
But I love the fact, we're talking about transparency, right? So that safety letter goes out before the games. Then we have this event released, and we get to see a behind the scenes of how it was created. That's pretty transparent.
It's hard to get any more transparent than that.
Right. So, everything that people have been bitching about is starting to happen. Now, is it going to stay consistent? We don't know. We got to give them a shot because they're finally doing what we've been asking them to do forever. And I'm glad Halpin's in the chat because that behind the scenes video is new and creative and did not require VR goggles, did not require any kind of new fandangled technology. It was just taking a concept that we haven't seen before and expanding it and doing it in a new and different way.
Having said that, VR goggles would have been pretty damn cool. Just saying.
Seeing Ben and Allison in 3D on VR goggles would have made it even better.
Absolutely. Allison's Scuds in 3D. If they had 3D goggles for that, people would have been trying to turn around and look at what was on what else Dave had written on the board.
Here's the disappointing part of it. So I've been dogging on Road to the Games, right? And I haven't done my review of the Brandon Greer one yet. But if you look at the views, the new and creative video, 32K.
Yeah.
The retread, 104K. The 80K, 47K, 68K, 86K. And so that's what makes me sad. Now, these other ones have had a few days, but we all know like the views are pretty much the majority of your views you get in the first 24 hours.
First 24 hours or so, yeah.
So the 32K is 21 hours in. And it's only 8 minutes. Like it's so digestible, so easy to get into. I just wish the views were up on that. Because this Brandon Greer video, there's nothing new in it. But anytime you put Danielle Brandon in a video, it's going to perform.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It could be like Road to the Grocery Store with Danielle Brandon, and people would watch it. Yeah, 100%, because it's her. I'm going to tell you how much of an idiot I am, Scott. When I got because the Games app will give you notifications, right? And I get a notification and it says Road to the Game, Brandon Greer, available now. And I was trying to figure out who the hell Brandon Greer was. I was like, was that a rookie? Is that somebody I'd missed? Like, who the heck is Brandon Greer? Is that it? Took me 2 days before I went, oh, Danielle Brandon, Annika Greer. Got it.
Aaron Fraser, Dave should have had Gooch test the workout. There you go.
I mean,
I would have got the views up for sure. Although I think they were probably testing prior to the controversy. So Dave would have had to use a crystal ball to take advantage of that.
I would like to know how old that footage is. Because I know he has said before that like sometimes they're fine-tuning stuff like right up until basically, it's almost go time. So I'd like to know how far back that actually is, where they were over there at the gym and or at the ranch rather, and like testing that stuff, just for my own curiosity's sake.
So he interviewed Ben while he was out there for like an affiliate series.
Yeah.
And I think
really
that gave you a pretty good idea of when that was. Probably like a month ago.
Yeah. It was a really good interview.
Yeah. Aaron Fraser echoes that. Who let the cats out? My favorite thing about BTS video is watching Adrian Bosman judging from the couch. Adrian looked so into it, didn't he?
Yeah. Boz is a good dude, man.
Andrew Sten, he fine-tunes events right up to before the event starts. I have been a witness to that. I've been a part of changes. I worked North Park in 17, and the Strongman Sphere, the way the sled was configured changed literally 5 minutes before we went. They changed the rules on the cargo net climb for the obstacle course that year, probably 12 hours before.
And 2 people still fell off of it.
Well, the O course was the year before the fall off.
So, okay. No, my bad. You talking about, I know which one you're talking about. That one. Yeah.
They
had to come over and run up the log.
Rescue Randy is what the people fell off.
Rescue Randy. Yeah. Bruised lung.
Yeah. So at that point, that was part of a run course that they went out into the field for.
The one you're talking about is when everybody was freezing to death because it was 55 degrees outside.
It literally snowed.
Yeah.
It snowed in August in Wisconsin. We were freezing.
That's fantastic.
None of us were prepared.
Well, no.
So
I wouldn't have been either, dude. Like I'd have been in bad shape. I wouldn't have worked well at all.
Probably shouldn't say that. There were a lot of athletes I would have tried to help keep warm.
I can think of a few. Oh, you look cold. Come here.
Anyway, with everybody talking about bodies today. Anyway, so I digress. The thing that kills me about that Road to the Games with Brandon and Greer, it is the highest viewed video of all the Road to the Games. And it is not the best one. And I'm really spoiled because I know some of the backstories. And if they just would have pushed a little bit more, like I know how Annika failed all the years she tried to make the games, including the teen games. Like this has been a struggle for her for a long time.
Well,
she's 22 years old and like 6 times. Why didn't we push to find out what actually happened when the submission didn't go through?
Right.
Everybody's been dying to know that for years.
People are still talking about it.
Right. Like there were opportunities for other things there.
It's still a running joke, depending on where you're at. Like around open time, it's like, oh, you're gonna do a Annika Greer and like just forget to upload or whatever the case may be. Like that's still a thing.
Yeah, like there were opportunities for things like that. You know, she moved from Canada to Miami. What were the benefits of that? Why the move? How hard was it to move away from family that, you know, at the age of 20, move to a new country?
Not just move away, move to a whole new country in a completely different climate.
Right. And the Danielle stuff was really just her dog.
Here's Danielle. She has a dog. Yeah, we know she has a dog. It's on Instagram every day. What do you want to do now?
Her video yesterday really pissed me off. I still have yet to be blocked by her, and if I
you haven't tried hard enough.
Let's jump on the bandwagon to come on and say that we don't have a right to know what goes on in her personal life and why people shouldn't want to know those things. And we all have platforms, we all have different platforms, blah, 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 blah. You have used that platform and the interest in you and your personal life to give yourself a rad global deal that has made you very, very wealthy. You've been able to move across the country 16 times for 18 different coaches because you have the money to do that because of all of the brand deals that you have, because people take an interest in you and want to hear what you have to say. You can't then bite the hand that feeds you and say, you don't get to know about me. You shouldn't want to know about me. Well, which way do you want it, sister?
The simple fact that she thinks that if she's any way relevant or known for anything other than what she puts out, like, I don't understand the disconnect. You know what I mean? Like, we know who you are because you post stuff about yourself, because you are a public figure, like it or not. It's what's putting money in your bank account, because you're not podium at the games. So you're not making money that way. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not out here winning every competition that she's in for 2 years, like Justin Medeiros did a couple of years ago, or when Matt Fraser was in his prime. Like, he didn't have to, not to say that he didn't make money off his sponsor deals, but he was also winning everything and collecting checks. She's not doing that. Her collecting checks is coming from her brand. But, like, bro, does she live under a rock? Like, quite literally, because look at any person who's any modicum of famous. They know everything about them. You are one Google search away from finding out way more information about people than you've ever wanted to. Look, Brian's got a fantastic point.
Yeah, would anyone really care about her dating life if it wasn't shared on Savon Spin, etc.?
She shares it herself.
Yes.
Yeah. And people watch TMZ for that kind of stuff. What are all the old is it Hollywood Insider? Like, pick a show, dude.
Yeah, look at her TikToks and her reels, and they blow up when she goes off on a boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend or whatever. This isn't the first case of this.
No, it's not new. It's not new. No.
Now is it my cup? Do I care about her dating life? I don't care.
No, but people do. People will. People love drama.
I also don't buy rad shoes because of her.
On purpose. I'm actively avoiding.
Like, that's not what makes me buy that shoe.
Yeah.
Right.
I got you.
It looks cool and I want to try it, or it feels good and I want to use it. It to me, I'm old. Like, comfort in my feet is important to me, not who is wearing them. Then Ryan comes in. She does need to embrace the fact she is the most popular person in the CrossFit Games field by far.
And that's what she's getting and complaining about is what comes from that. Like, you can't have pick and choose and go, well, I need all these followers and I need all this stuff so I can get paid by Instagram and get paid by Rad and get paid by whoever else, and not expect to have the shit that is going to pile on top of you as well, because that's part of it. It goes for any one of them, dude.
Yeah, we talked about whether her window was closed or not on Monday. I mean, her relevance is not going to be closed. She is always going to be a lightning rod for people either love or hate her. And I go back to the old Howard Stern statement, right? The people that loved him were watching his show for an hour. The people that hated him were watching for 2. At
least. Trying to pick it apart, trying to find something. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
I agree to disagree, Ryan. I believe that people would follow her social media for all the same stuff if this was not on the podcasts. See, Denise, we're masters athletes. It's all about the comfort of the shoe. Young Jonathan Ortega, whoops, missed it. Buys them because they're dope.
I'm just not a fan of that design. I'm really, really not. I understand they're good shoes. I've heard that from several different people, but I will roll my strike movements with their basic ass color, white and gum bottom, and call it good because they perform and they look nice.
Yep. See, to me, strike movement, actually like the shoe for the most part, but it's not wide enough on the outside edge of the ball of my foot.
I have a fairly wide foot, and I love them. Absolutely love them. And I say that this is from somebody who I used to wear when I first started. I had Metcons, and they beat my feet to shit. It was terrible because they were so narrow.
Yeah, I like the Rad runners. I like the Adidas, and I'm a Reebok guy.
I thought about the Adidas the other day. I made a playlist that you would actually probably enjoy. I call it Nostalgia Bangers, and like it's got Run DMC and Beastie Boys and stuff like that on it. And I was listening to my Adidas while I was cutting the grass last week, and I was like, I said Scout who said it's my Adidas. My Adidas. Dude, classic doors. I'm like, just doesn't roll off the tongue like Adidas does.
Yeah, it doesn't. All right, so what else do we got? Carolyne got a nice little spotlight in the morning chalk up today. If you didn't subscribe,
as it turns out, I don't subscribe to the morning chalk up. I know that's hard to believe.
I told her Sunday night that her story was going to be big this year. People are going to grab that. She's competing in both the individual elites and the Masters games. And sure enough, Morning Chalk Up did a feature on her today, which is really cool. Yes, and it's a nice written article. Because I hang out with her every Sunday night, I knew what all the stuff she was saying. She said it mostly on our show, but it was nice for her to get out there because they do have a lot of subscribers. And it's cool that for an athlete that hasn't got a lot of shine in her career for all that she's done, now in this fourth time to the games because of the coolness of going to both, it's going to give her a little more spotlight.
I feel like she's much respected by her fellow athletes, not so much by a majority of the media. Because like she's been around forever, dude, and she's been an animal for that same amount of time, right? I don't know, maybe because she's not super flashy. You know what I'm saying? Like she
doesn't promote herself. Mm-hmm. She just does her job.
Does her job, goes on about her business. She just happens to be very, 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 very fit. Like scarily so. She's fun.
Train Olive says, did you watch Hiller's Fensky CrossFit Physique rankings? I did. I had that on Carolyne.
So again?
He said he could not grade Carolyne.
Well, because she doesn't run around in a sports bra and fucking booty shorts. That's why.
Yeah. It's not Fensky, it's female. I thought it was some
kind of weird ass thing. Yeah.
German version of the rankings.
I am more than.
She is a school teacher. Yeah. And she says that I cannot run out there in sports bra and booty shorts and then come back to the school and face the children. That it just wouldn't be professional of her. And so
good on her, dude.
That's why it is the way it is.
I am willing to bet that she is absolutely shredded. Like there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. But like you said, she's a school teacher and like she's not comfortable with that. So good for her. Good for her for sticking to her guns.
What's hilarious is her partner Lex will flex all over the place around her. She will let you see every muscle she has, and it is hilarious. Like I'll be talking before a show, and then Lex will come in behind Carolyne, just like
so. Yeah. It's fantastic.
It's awesome. So that's cool. MoveMax. Did you see that?
Well, okay, so what is that?
So MoveMax is a free programming in the Hustle Up app.
Okay.
And they recently started Instagram, and they put out a poll a day or two ago about certain feelings. If you want to see full details on this, Amanda Hari did a great job of showing the questions, what was there. She also reached out to the site, the Instagram page, and asked who was running it, and it is Malik, the man who is rumored to be buying CrossFit.
Yeah.
I don't know where that stands, but that is the rumor that he is the one buying CrossFit. I answered the poll. I also, because it was multiple choice, I wanted to add some extra to my answer, not just A, B, or C, but this is the reason why A, B, or C. Every one of those got acknowledged, which I thought was awesome.
What were the questions? I'm going to look it up as soon as we're done, but
one of them is, it's basically like, do you know what MoveMax is? What is your thoughts on Metfix? What are your thoughts on WFP?
Oh.
And then he gives
these are like real questions.
Oh yeah. And then at the end, he gives his personal opinion and says, these are my personal thoughts. Please don't be too harsh. Right. This is what it is. So yeah, it was really cool. Craig says he posted the final results. Yeah. So as I took it, it was pretty clear what was going to win on most of them, because on most of them, it was like an 80%, 20% kind of bent as I was voting. But yeah, that's who it is. And Amanda, if you go to her video where she talks about it, which was put out yesterday morning, she actually pins then the first comment, a transcript of her conversation, which was very short.
I'm subscribed to her stuff, and I never get notifications for it. That's been happening a lot on YouTube for the YouTube stuff here lately.
Yeah, so you can go see it. She actually walks through all the questions, and then she does post his response to her as to who's running it.
I'm about to go check that out. I like her. She does. I like the stuff she puts out. It's usually pretty short, pretty concise, to the point. She doesn't, from what I've seen anyway, she doesn't really put a lot of her own stuff on it. She just kind of like, here it is.
Yeah, she became an awesome friend last year at the games when everything happened. Again, her and Grant from Keeping It Real and I hung out pretty much the entire weekend, and I really enjoy her company. She's a news reporter, so she's seen a lot, and that gave an interesting perspective during a wild weekend, because she covers tragedies all the time, and has to do it from a professional standpoint as a news broadcaster. So it gave an interesting perspective as we were trying to digest it all. And I really appreciated her for all that.
MoveMax.
Gosh, man, this show's flying by. So, Boys Interrupted real quick did actually react to the Danielle Brandon moving situation. And I just wanted to kind of go over that. It's in the first 10 minutes of their show, maybe. Someone in the chat pops up and says, hey, what do you guys know about Danielle Brandon moving? And I think it's Dallin that says there was a parting of the ways, which is an interesting way to put that.
Yeah.
And she has decided to leave. Then Justin jumps in and says she's with Lab Management and they are a part of our camp. And so she is coming up, and Adam and Jesse are going to help her through the games. And what's nice about that, this is all what Justin is saying, is that gives now Jesse the opportunity to have a coach's pass, because Justin is the only one from that camp going. So they only had one coach's pass. Now they have two, so Jesse and Adam can go. Sounded very much like Justin's like, cool, now both of my coaches will be with me, and I am the focus.
Yeah,
I got to get through.
I got both of my coaches coming now. Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah. And he also did ask, should I ask her to help pay for the hotel for the two coaches now? And Dallin just kind of was like, hey. So
I was like, I don't want to.
That was
like get in it. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds like it's.
And then they say, the hay's in the barn. Like whatever she's doing is because of what Coach L did with her. They're just trying to get her through the weekend.
With 18 days out.
Yeah,
is that right? 2.5 weeks.
Like that. It's not much. So I just found that amusing. And I said that the other day, like, Justin's still going to be their focus. They've been working with Justin for years, right? Justin has to be their number one.
Yeah.
And then whatever they need to do for her, they will. But
I mean, how much you gonna be able to listen to, help, coach, whatever somebody with a 3-week window? Like, you don't know how she moves, how she feels, like can't read her body language, can't look and go, oh, she's suffering. Like, you don't know what some people's suffering face might be somebody else's I'm having a fantastic time face or body language or whatever it is. Like,
so Craig Pasley commented on the Monday show after the fact about how resilient she is and how she can overcome this and she can still be a competitor for a podium position, things like that. And I really disagree.
Like,
this is way too much upheaval for anybody to handle in a given season, let alone repeated over and over and over again. And I do think that the lack of consistency is preventing her from reaching her talent potential.
This is not the first time this has happened. Like, it would be one thing if you'd be like, oh, something suddenly came up and now she's not with Bruton anymore, and in last minute and what's his face, come to the rescue. Oh, we'll try to help you out, get you through the weekend, blah blah, whatever. But this is not the second time this has happened. Like, and it's always right before the games, or seems to be anyway.
So Shay says they took her on, so I guess they're up for the challenge. Go back and listen to the beginning of Boys Interrupted. Watch the body language as they're discussing how this is happening. I would say that because she's part of when the answer is, well, because she's part of lab management, and lab management is a big part of our camp, Adam and Jesse are going to help her get through the games. I don't think it was like Adam and Jesse going, oh, yay, we get to work with Danielle. I think it's exactly what CJ's saying in the chat. It was a favor.
It's a favor.
It was a favor to lab management.
It's a favor to lab management, so she's not back there by herself all weekend. Yeah. 100%. And Justin is tolerating it.
Right. Well, and I think and Justin is looking at the bright side of, hey, now Jesse and Adam can be back there to help me. And I am their priority.
100%. 100%. He gets both of his coaches out the deal. CJ.
And the other aspect of this is they said to Dallin, why don't you coach her? And Dallin was like, been there, done that.
Dallin's like, no. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, because he was who she worked out with right after she left Underdogs.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. God, that comment threw me. Now they can both be back there for me. Right? Justin's looking at it like, hey, this helps me get all my coaches back there with me. Never would that happen.
Nope.
It would have been wild if Cutler took her back for the game since Alex is out. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I know people have said that on Monday too. No way would that have happened.
Hey, look, pull up Leo's comment because that is 100%. I 100% feel that.
I don't imagine they would have taken her on if Trista was also going to the games. I see. I do. I think if it's a lab management asking you a favor, and lab management is the one getting you the sponsors to pay for all of the stuff that you guys have, you know,
I don't see it. I really, really don't. Like, oh, you know what? Trista's really going to need, guidance, whatever you want to call it, all weekend long. We'd like to. God, we'd like
because in name alone, you're saying you're helping her through the games. Doesn't mean your priorities change at the games. Your priorities can
That's
still
fair.
be Justin and Trista. And then if you have extra time left, you go over and see if Danielle needs anything.
Pull up what Terry's got right there.
There's definitely going to be some behind the scenes drama at the games with DB and all our current and past coaches. Maybe.
I think that's going to depend on how much of a space that they're all enclosed in, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Proximity is definitely going to be a thing because I don't feel like the coaches, past coaches, et cetera, is going to be out there actively looking for her or drama in general. But I do believe that she's one of those people that attracts drama like a magnet, and stuff happens around her because of it.
I don't even know if Kotler's going to be there this year. So that
probably not an official coaching capacity. Who else has he got?
Now, Coach Ellen Torres will be there.
Who else is Justin got that's going to the games? Ricky?
Ricky's with Proven now.
Oh, Ricky is with Proven now. So he's got nobody to be there. He's got no dog in the fight. So he might be there like going to observe, going to watch if he's even doing that.
I don't know. CJ, I throw different fonts in because I get bored. I'm surprised so many people notice it.
To be fair, that one's kind of noticeable.
If she has a bad event, the temper will flare up. Think she will flip the crowd off again. I would put that, yes, I believe the chances are better that she will flip off the crowd than not this year.
Or drop another F-bomb on the broadcast.
Maybe.
None of that would surprise anybody, not just me.
No. Anyone remember Justin was initially turned down by Adam for coaching? He had to ask multiple times and write letters. Oh my, how things have changed. Right. I think Adam, though, can be selective, and Adam is selective. Justin was homegrown. Trista's homegrown. Those are people he's known their whole lives. And I really believe this is just a favor.
Yeah.
A favor to lab management. If DB podiums, do you think the new coaches will get credit for it or advertise her as their athlete? I don't see Adam being that kind of a guy. Adam doesn't even advertise.
No.
Like I said, he has two athletes that are homegrown, and he has Ellie because she's in a relationship with one of them.
And that's the only reason.
Right.
I firmly believe that.
It's just a favor. I don't really think that, and I don't think Adam would be the kind of guy to even take credit for this.
The whole thing's a partial situation anyway because she ain't making the podium. It's just not.
It is a depleted female field. I was someone actually put in the comment. I was actually talking to John Young. It is a depleted female field. If she has a shot any year to podium, it's this year.
And now she's got a makeshift coach / mentor thrown in at the very last minute. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, but I'd feel resentful if she gets to just waltz in. I don't think so. I think they know what this is. I think that Adam is communicating with his athletes and they know exactly what this is.
They'd have to.
Because I really don't believe Adam wants to take anybody on. I think it is just a favor for a few weeks.
So here's a good question for that as far as that's concerned. So what happens after the games? Now she has no camp. This is as we keep saying, 100% a temporary thing. She's been brute. She's been underdogs. She's been, I mean, pick like we've had all these different coaches and all that. Now what? What? I mean, because she's still young.
Apparently, CJ's willing to take her on.
CJ said call her.
Yeah. That's the only person I've seen volunteer.
He's the only person I've seen volunteer.
So yeah, I don't see anybody else. Who knows? There could be a young up and coming person willing to take her on. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she goes coachless. When I first met her, she didn't have a coach.
Mm-hmm. But is she willing to just go somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? On like you said, a new upcoming, like somebody who is trying to make a name for themselves, blah, blah, whatever. With her standing that she claims to not like or whatever, or doesn't want what else is in it, is she going to take on somebody else or have somebody else take her on as that kind of stuff is concerned? That's what I'm looking at right now because, like you said, the hay is in the barn. All she's got to do is maintain right now for a couple of weeks, do whatever she's going to do at the games, and then nobody's going to make any kind of noise about it for a couple of months until like it starts ramping up and getting time ready for the Open. Because at that point, like this person's here, this person moved here, there, this person's no longer with these people, and is going over here and whatnot. And Danielle Brandon is where?
Shay, very depleted. Honestly, not that excited to watch the women, except Prevo, of course. I want to address that tomorrow because we are running really long today. And I don't know if the Gooch coaches, but we'll find out. Maybe. HWPO, they seem pretty hands-off lately. From the Nick Johnson interview, Proven would not take her on, not the type of athlete they want. I do not believe they would take her on. And some of the coaches they have now were at Underdogs when Danielle was released from her contract there. So
just from Nick talking about like the interview process that they have and whatnot, and like goals meeting up, and not gonna happen. I don't see it.
Ortega, how is it depleted? That's weird. It's depleted because Alex Kazan cannot compete. Laura Horvath chose not to compete. Those are two top dogs in the field not going to be there. Then you take Emma Tall, who was a disruptor, out of the field. I don't know. I'm kind of brain dead right now, but we'll talk about it tomorrow for sure. And then if Tia is really pregnant, what effect does that have?
I am so unbelievably curious about that. And it doesn't affect me this much. Like I don't have a single dog in this fight, men or women's side. Like I'm there just to be entertained. Like, so I could really care less who wins. Obviously I got my own favorite team, but as far as the individual is concerned, I really don't care. So I am so very curious, even though I really don't, at the same time, really don't care. But I would love to know if she's actually pregnant.
This is what we'll talk about tomorrow. Women's might be more interesting with brand new women such as Sierra and Miriam. They might shine. Exactly. Yeah, Emma Lawson's still not there. So, but anyway, we'll talk about all that tomorrow because I do have to get back to work. But I did want to end with this. I did get official word. I do have access to do behind the scenes at the Masters CrossFit Games. So that will be happening again this year. I did get denied for enhanced access at the CrossFit Games, but I was able to get one sideline spot for my videographer, photographer, Ishmael. So he'll be there on the sidelines capturing some of the action. I do have a seat. I don't know where that is in the whole thing, but I do have access. I just don't know what that means.
Well, the good news is, as far as the seat is concerned, it should be a decent one because they're still trying to sell tickets. So,
right.
There's that.
And helping Rolf Tall, Gabby Flores, Semenza, Kazan. Those were all top 10. And that's not even putting Laura in there.
Right.
So, yeah, that's pretty depleted. With that, you knuckleheads get back to work. I got to go too. Bye. See you tomorrow. Lunch with the Clydesdale.